Welcome back. Given today is St. Patrick's Day, I searched the internet long and hard for some facts about St. Patrick's Day. My father's side of the family is Irish, and they came to America in the early 1900s, so it means a little bit more to me than your average person who may use the holiday as an excuse to, well, you know. So I thought I'd read to you some of the nice facts that I found about St. Paddy's Day. Let's get started. Number 1, we should all really be wearing blue on St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick himself would have to deal with pinching on his own feast day, though we've come to associate green, and more specifically, Kelly green, with the Irish, the holiday. The 5th century saint's official color was St. Patrick's blue, which is a light sky blue. The color green only became associated with the holiday after it was linked to the Irish independence movement of the late 18th century. Number 2, St. Patrick wasn't even Irish, although he made his mark by bringing Christianity to Ireland in the year 432. Patrick wasn't actually Irish himself. He was born to Roman parents in Scotland or Wales in the late 4th century. Number 3, St. Patrick's Day used to be a dry holiday. As you might expect, St. Patrick's Day is a pretty big deal in his old stomping grounds. It's a national holiday in both Ireland and Northern Ireland. But up until the 1970s, the pubs were actually closed on St. Patrick's Day. The one exception being a beer vendor at the big national dog show that always happened on St. Patrick's Day. Before that time, the saint's feast day was considered a more solemn and religious occasion. But now, the country welcomes hordes of green-clad tourists for parades and drinks and sometimes the reciting of a few limericks. Number 4, New York City's St. Patrick's Day parade has been happening since 1762. New York City's St. Patrick's Day parade is one of the world's largest parades. Since 1792, roughly 250,000 marchers have traipsed up Fifth Avenue on foot, as the parade still doesn't allow floats or cars or any other modern trappings. Cardinal Timothy Dolan, the Archbishop of New York, and Miracle on 34th Street actress Maureen O'Hara have served as Grand Marshal. In 2020, the parade was canceled for the first time in its centuries-old history due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Number 5. Chicago literally runs green for St. Patrick's Day. While New York may have more manpower, Chicago has a spectacle all its own. The city has been celebrating St. Patrick's Day by dumping green dye into the Chicago River since 1962. Although the organizers won't reveal their exact formula, we do know that the powder used is dispensed through flour sifters by the local plumbers union. And I do have it under good knowledge that the dye is actually plant-based and does not harm the river, nor the wildlife in the river. It cleans up after about a day or two. I know because I live not far from it. Number 6. For some St. Patrick's Day parades, it's the thought that counts. Not every city goes all out in its celebratory efforts. From 1999 to 2007, the Irish village of Dripsey proudly touted that it hosted the shortest St. Patrick's Day parade in the world. The route ran for 26 yards between two pubs. Today, Hot Springs, Arkansas claims that title. For brevity, a mere 98 feet. Number 7. There is a reason for the shamrocks. So how did the shamrock become associated with St. Patrick? According to the Irish legend, the saint used the three-leaved plant, which is not to be confused with the four-leaf clover, as a metaphor for the Holy Trinity when he was first introducing Christianity to Ireland. Number 8. Cold weather helped St. Patrick get his claim to fame. In Irish lore, St. Patrick gets credit for driving all the snakes out of Ireland. However, modern scientists suggest that the job may not have been too hard. According to the fossil record, Ireland has never been home to any snakes. Through the Ice Age, the island was too cold to host reptiles, and the surrounding seas have staved off serpentine invaders ever since. Modern scholars think the snakes St. Patrick drove away are likely metaphorical. Number 9. There's no corn in that beef. Corned beef and cabbage, which has become a St. Patrick's Day staple for Irish Americans, doesn't have anything to do with the grain corn. Instead, it's a nod to the large grains of salt that were historically used to cure meats, which were also known as corns. Funny enough, corned beef is an Irish American thing. In Ireland, it was ham. But when the Irish immigrants came to the United States, they tended to be too poor for ham, so they opted for corned beef, which was a significantly cheaper alternative. Number 10. Not surprising, Americans run up quite a bar tab on St. Patrick's Day. In 2017, it was estimated that 13 million pints of Guinness would be consumed worldwide on St. Patrick's Day. And in America, in 2020, it was estimated that overall beer sales would be up 174%. In fact, it's the biggest days for bars in the country. And in general, in 2020, it was expected that Americans would spend over $6 billion celebrating the holiday. Number 11. St. Patrick's Day could have been St. Maewyn's Day. According to Irish legend, St. Patrick wasn't originally called Patrick. His birth name was Maewyn Succat, but he changed it to Patricus after he became a priest. Number 12. There are no female leprechauns. Don't be fooled by any holiday decorations showing lady leprechauns. In traditional Irish folktales, there are no female leprechauns, only nattily attired little guys who spend their days making and mending shoes, meaning they earned that gold they were always guarding. Number 13, St. Patrick's Day lingo makes sense. You can't attend a St. Patrick's Day event without hearing the cry of Erin go bragh. So what does that mean? It's a corruption of the Irish Erin go bragh. I probably said that wrong. Which means Ireland forever. And now my 14th and final fact. The Irish were once scorned in America. While today, Irish Americans are now proud to showcase their heritage. Ergo the green sweatshirt. The Irish were not always celebrated by fellow Americans. Beginning in 1845, a devastating potato blight caused widespread hunger throughout Ireland. While approximately 1 million people died, another 2 million people abandoned their land in the largest single population movement of the 19th century. Most of the exiles, nearly 1/4 of the Irish nation, came to the shores of the United States. Once they arrived, the Irish refugees were looked down upon as disease-ridden, unskilled, and a drain on the welfare budgets. Today, for we Irishmen, it looks better. I hope you learned something about St. Patrick's Day, or perhaps St. Maewyn's Day. I know I did. But for now, I'm tired, and I hope you are too. Be well.